I can't say I've read Roald Dahl's 1983 novel The Witches, but I have just seen the 1990 movie adaptation by Nicolas Roeg. And I wasn't kidding when I said at the end of my Night Train review last night that this was even more WTF than that. An entire generation of kids was terrified by what transpired. But like Night Train, this was actually freaking awesome! Story goes, Jason Fisher's Luke, a 9-year-old kid living in England, and his grandma Helga, played by Mai Zetterling. He tells him stories about witches, which he enjoys listening to. And until he encounters a real one day. Things get even worse when, while they spend the summer at the Hotel Excelsior, a whole coven of them shows up, led by none other than the much-feared Grand High Witch herself, Miss Eva Ernst, as played by Angelica Houston. Their evil plan for conquering England, turning all of its children into mice. They already get 2 of them when fellow hotel guest Bruno, played by Charlie Potter, who seems to have never done anything else, as well as over here, are turned to mice. Luckily, Luke figures out a plan to save the day. Because that's Luke. As I already said, The Witches is some terrifying stuff. After all, it involves a coven of witches that want to turn every kid in England into a mouse. That's pretty dark right there. When the Grand High Witch pulls off her mask at the convention, as well as the other witches who have wigs instead of masks, it looks terrifying. When people turn into mice, it looks terrifying. But given that Jim Henson Productions was involved in its making, the effects hold up very well for a 1990 film. I think it work here. It's all practical effects too. No CGI mice boys like I'm sure there are in the 2020 remake. The cinematography is gorgeous, the music by Stanley Myers is positively elfin-esque, it's quite fast-paced, Angelica Houston engaged some glorious scenery chewing, Jason Fisher plays a role very well, the other actors are great. Oh yeah, and I think it predicted the future for Rowan Atkinson. Take a look at these screenshots he took. In most of the scenes, the hotel's owner, Mr. Stringer, he wears a suit and tie. With a different hairdo and comedic shtick, he could easily pass for Mr. Bean. Towards the end, he's in a tuxedo that brings Johnny English to mind. Fast, I digress. I can't recommend this film enough. Go seek it out, but do be warned, parents. If you want to show it to your young'uns, they better be prepared for what they'll see. Because it's dark. 10 out of 10. That's it for this dish of first impressions. Now I'm gonna go crack a can of dry to celebrate the fact that I managed to get through a review of a movie I hadn't seen until the year of our Lord 2022, featuring a character named Bruno, without making one Encanto reference. Boom, 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 boom.